Okay, good morning. Today we're going to work with with slope, and this is just going to be a basic introduction to slope. If you think about things in life that have slope, think about when you go skateboarding and you use ramps, hills, home roofs. All this has to be slope has to be taken into account when we do a lot of this work, especially in construction. So slope is used. Now slope is called M. You would think it would be S, but someone decided to pick the letter M. So M represents slope, and all that means is the change in the y numbers over the change in the x numbers on coordinates within a graph. So right now I'm showing you a graph of the line, and if you notice the line is going down from the left to the right. This is a negative slope because it's going down. If you thought about it in business, this would be sales going down. That's not a good thing. So that's why this is a negative slope. And I put a couple of points up here so we can see how we calculate the slope. One of the points is negative 1, 3. Well, the negative 1, 3 is back 1 and then up 3. So there's negative 1, 3. This is 5, negative 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. There's our 5, negative 1. Well, we just talked about how we calculate slope. It's going to be the change in these y numbers over the change in these x numbers. Okay, so let's go to the next page and we'll actually calculate that. Now, again, we use the symbol delta y over delta x. If you remember the coordinates, and here they are again, and let me get another arrow in here so we can look at this real fast. Okay, so we'll close that back up, and let's just fill this with some color so you can see it. We'll pick red. So here we go. Our original coordinates was negative 1, 3. Our second coordinate was 5, negative 1. So change in y. The y is on the top. The y, and we have to pick either do these two as the first numbers for the x and the y, or these two. It wouldn't matter. We would get the same results. But we're going to use this because it's the first one on top. So the first y is a 3. From that, we are going to subtract, and the second was a negative 1. Remember our double negatives. 3 minus a minus 1 is really 3 plus 1. That's how we come up with the 4. If we look at our bottom number, it's negative 1, subtract 5. Again, think about the integers. Signs are the same. Keep the sign and add. Our answer is negative 6. Well, a 4 over negative 6 is really the same as a negative 4 over 6. I want to go back to the graph now and show you how this relates to the graph that we just drew. So let's go back to the other page. And we just said it was 4 over 6, negative 4 over 6. Well, let's go down 4. Here's our first point. Let's go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going down, so think of the negative 4 down. And then we said 6 over, or going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our slope, negative 4, 6. We don't have to have the graph up front. We can just name some points. So right now, I picked two coordinates, a negative 2 and a negative 2, and a 3 and a 3, 1. So let's just set the same formula up again. So we're going to be doing the change in y over the change in the x. Again, it's important that we took our notes. Remember to have your notes out in writing this. So here we go. Change in y. Well, it's negative 2 minus 1. Well, the signs are the same. Remember our integers, so we get a negative 3. Let's look at our change in x. It's a negative 2, take away, subtract, negative 3. Well, the signs are the same. We keep the sign we add, we get a negative 5. Now we have two negatives, and remember our rules with division, because here's our division line, if you want to relate it that way. That means this is really positive. So it's a 3 over 5. Well, let's see if we graph that. We now think our slope is 3/5, or 3 over 5. So here's m for the slope. We're going to have 3 over 5. Well, let's try this. Now that it's positive, we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our slope. That's also called the rise and the run. If you think about it, I'm rising and then I'm running. Okay, so again, rise and run. It's another set of words that they use when they talk about slope. So for every 3 I rise, I move over 5. Okay, give it some practice here with some problems. Play the video again if you need to. Make sure you took some notes. Good luck.